Hi everyone. My friend and I recently visited Howick Historic Village in Auckland, New Zealand. I've been wanting to visit for years and was so happy to finally go the other day. It's a fascinating place that captures and memorialises some of the way of life of early colonial settlement in New Zealand. In particular, the Fencibles. The Fencibles were a peacekeeping corps who were enlisted by the British and promised an acre of land and the ability to bring their families with them to New Zealand in exchange for 7 years of service with the Fencible Corps. This is of interest to me because my great-great-grandfather was a Fencible. Prior to that, when he was less than 20 years old, he fought at the Battle of Waterloo against Napoleon's armies. He came to New Zealand on this very ship, the Minerva, in 1847. Conditions on board ship were very cramped, as in this reconstruction of a cabin, but I think they were probably considered somewhat luxurious when they saw what they were going to be faced with on arrival in New Zealand. This reconstructed village gives an insight into the extremely primitive start that the colonists had here, into their homes, their living situations, their culture and society, and their endeavours. When first off the ship, they stayed in thin canvas tents while they built raupo huts, which they then moved into. These were made of local plant material. They were very soggy, not rainproof, not windproof, not cold-proof. Then they built cabins made of thin boards, still very rough-hewn, before building the colonial homes, villas that we recognise today. Back in Britain, the Fencibles had been told that on arrival in New Zealand, they would receive an advance of 3 months' pension, together with an additional 1 month's pension for each child. They were to have received a cottage of 2 rooms with an acre of land. The men had to attend military exercise once a month, and on every Sunday they had to attend muster under arms at church parade. They were required to keep the cottages they were to have received in good repair. After 7 years of service, the cottage and the acreage of land became the absolute property of the pensioner. However, on arrival in New Zealand, they had to stay on board the Minerva for several weeks. There were no cottages awaiting them, no acreages, no pensions much, and they were living in absolute squalor. One soldier said that their living conditions were an excuse for a pigsty. But in those days, they just got on with it. So they went on and established their own huts as best they could, a courthouse, a general store, a bar, a church, a school, a blacksmith, a mill for milling flour, and all of the other accoutrements of daily life. The blacksmith will have made these horseshoes. Children have been playing this game for over 2,000 years, but as my friend and I laughingly found out, we still haven't quite figured out how to play it properly. There are beautiful gardens and landscaping here. It's a very peaceful, quiet place and a fun place to bring children as well. Lots of interest for all the family. There's also a display of miniature dolls' houses and historical toys. And so from very, very humble beginnings, this is what had evolved by the end of the 1800s in a mere 50 or 60 years. It's quite spectacular. It's worth having a look in the gift shop too. There's some replica historic toys there and something for everyone. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video and a glimpse into New Zealand's past.